Good afternoon, traders and investors. Today, what I wanted to do is something a little bit different. I want to cover a trading strategy that I have recently discovered. I think it adds value to this channel to cover not only indicators, which you guys seem to like, but cover some of these different trading strategies which might be useful, helpful, and profitable for you to implement. So without further ado, let me get into the Supertrend trading strategy. Now, before we begin, I want to preface this with letting you know that I have back-tested this trading strategy on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've come up with different results on the backtesting. This particular chart here is the Bitcoin chart. You can see that it's a fresh layout. I haven't got on the chart any of my drawings. And the way that I did that is by dropping down here and just creating a new layout. I wanted to have a fresh layout so that all my drawings and chicken scratch doesn't get in the way of the focus of this content. But this particular trading strategy has actually been quite successful in the backtest that I've done on Bitcoin, with up to a 90% success rate and approximately 100% profit per week. Ethereum is a little bit different, more around an 80% success rate, and profits somewhere around the same in the back testing that I have done, and this is on a 15-minute chart. By the way, guys, this super trend trading strategy is useful only on the 1 minute, 5 minute, well, I guess you could do 3 minute as well, and 15-minute, but you really don't want to expand beyond the 15-minute time frame. All right, without further ado, let me go ahead and paste up here the indicators that I would like you guys all to add to a clean or fresh chart. And while I'm waiting for my clipboard to load, which seems to be a little bit delayed here, I want to make sure that you guys understand when you're searching for these indicators, get the correct author, all right? Because if we have the same indicator but created by a different author, the coding will be a little bit different. I don't want any variables that would confuse you or cause you to become less successful. So the first indicator we're going to add here, and you guys are going to have to do a search for this. I've already added it to my favorites, and you just do your search right here. Make sure you get the hiimannshu author. I've added to my favorites for quick access is the 10-in-1 different moving averages. All right. And once that's added up there, we're going to go ahead and go into the settings of this indicator. We're going to add another moving average, and we're going to make that exponential as well. And we're going to make it a 50 candle exponential moving average. I want to change the colors as well because this red will interfere with the indicator we're about to add. So I'm going to change that to purple. I'd like the 50 to be blue. And one thing I'm going to do is create a thicker 200 candle EMA line. All right. Once that's done, go ahead and add the Pivot Point Supertrend by LonesomeTheBlue. Again, I've added this to my favorites, so it's already there. On this particular indicator, we are not going to change any of the parameters or variables, just leave it as it is. So let's go ahead and add that third one right away. This is the Heatmap Volume by xdecow. And once that's done, I'll leave my indicators up there just in case you guys want to pause the video, make note of that, or take a screenshot. On the Heatmap Volume, we are going to change some parameters here as well. We're going to go to the input section. We are going to drop down the extra high volume threshold from 4 to 3. We're going to drop down the high volume threshold from 2.5 to 1.5. And we are going to make the medium volume threshold at 0.2. Normal volume threshold will remain -0.5. And then that's okay. All right, now let me go ahead and get rid of these indicators text. And what I'm going to paste up here next are the rules. Before I cover those rules, though, I am going to give you a little bit of context here. Let me pull up those rules since my clipboard has been acting a little bit slow for whatever reason. Maybe I've got too much content on it. Not sure. All right, we'll move those rules over so that they are in sight of the video. I'll cover those in just a second. Let me give you a little bit of context here to what these different indicators do. First of all, the high volume, of course, indicates volume in the market. All right, so when we have these big red bars here, that indicates lots of volume. Generally, that also indicates high volatility. And for this particular trading strategy, we want to stay away. We want to avoid high volume and high volatility. On the other side of that are these blue bars, both light blue and dark blue. In either case, it's like ice. The market is in a low volume state. Generally, when the market is in a low volume state, it indicates the market is not quite sure whether we're going up or down. Therefore, hesitancy. We also don't want to be entering in these low volume areas. All right. Now, the pivot point supertrend is just an indicator when the trend looks to be changing. It's not always right, just like any indicator is not, but generally does a very good job of indicating trend changes. And of course, you guys are familiar with, because I do these all the time in my videos, the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA, just an exponential moving average, and we're going to use that as an entry indicator as well. All right, so let's take a look at these rules. I'm going to get out my highlighter here as I go through them. We'll check them off. So the first rule is you don't want to enter a long unless the price has closed higher than the moving averages. So you want to see a price candle above both the 50 and the 200 moving averages. All right, we'll cover these in just a second. We'll go through some examples. You also want to see on the long side that the 50 EMA is above the 200 EMA. All right, so that's crossed back above. All right, in some cases it could be below, but the price could candle could be above both. But anytime you have one of these that is not followed, you're negating the whole trading strategy. You want to make sure all four of these are carried out precisely. On the short side, it would be just the opposite. You want to see the candle below both EMAs. You want to see the 50 below the 200. All right. Number 3, we want to make sure the pivot point supertrend has given us a buy or sell signal, depending on which direction you are trading. And number 4, at the time the signal is issued, you have to make sure the volume bar should be orange or yellow. All right, we want it in a medium volume range, not low volume, not high volume. We want it right there in a good, healthy volume range. All right, so now let's take a look at some of these examples. We'll start way over here to my right, the first buy, and let's just see if this is validated by those 4 rules. All right, so we got our buy signal. However, the first thing I see down here is the pivot point supertrend signal came on a blue candle. We're already negated once. Up here, you can see the price candle is above both EMAs, but the 50 is below the 200. So you've got 2 points of conflict. Therefore, this entry is invalidated. All right, we're going to cross that one out. Let's take a look at the sell. All right, so we got a sell here. We've got an orange bar. That's good. But our 50 is above the 200. So on the short side, that trade is no good. All right, don't be disappointed by these invalidated trades. This is what is giving us a high success rate with this trading strategy. Let's take a look at our buy here. All right, we're on a blue candle when the pivot point supertrend gives us a signal. This is already invalidated. The rest of them are good though. We have the 50 above the 200. We have the candle above both of those. And at the time the signal is given, we are on a blue. So that invalidates this whole entry. All right, sell is already, I can see right away we're on a red candle, and anyways this 50 is above the 200, so that is also invalid. All right, striking out so far here, but that is a good thing because it is giving us a higher success, higher probability of success. Now let's take a look at our first successful entry. If we were to enter this, all right, we've got our buy signal. We've got a yellow candle, nice bright yellow candle. The 50 is above the 200, and at the time the signal was given, our candle is above both of those. In fact, I'm going to put in a horizontal line. This is generally where you want to enter these trades, guys. At the close of the first candle, when the pivot point super trend indicates buy or sell. All right, now let me get out my risk reward ratio box here, and we'll go ahead and highlight. Generally, I would say you want a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. So somewhere up here is where you would have sold, and you would have captured 100% profit. The stop out would be somewhere down here around the 200 EMA. Of course, once you get up to a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, you can go ahead and move your stops up accordingly. Or maybe you have a third-party service. I say third-party service because not many crypto exchanges offer trailing stops. FTX did, and of course, we know what happened to them. They're gone. Okay, so that is the way this works, guys. And, you know, we could go on, and I could provide you examples all the way back, but I have already done the back testing. Really good trading strategy. And I believe in the future, I will also be implementing this into my trading strategy as well with my $10,000 portfolio. I want to see how this does, and I'll be experimenting with different trading strategies. Hopefully my goal into the future is to make these type of successful trading strategies automated. So I'll have a talk with ChatGPT, see if it can code me up some Pine script, and then I'll utilize maybe a third-party service that leverages that Pine script, or implement an API in some way to automate when these 4 rules are met, and when I have the super trends buy or sell signal, the bot just buys or sells for me automatically, and I don't even have to do anything, as you know. And I very much appreciate all the gratitude that I've gotten, all the viewers that I've gotten with, you know, my cup and handle patterns, my trend lines, etc. And my trading strategy is successful, especially in a bull market. However, it is time consuming because it's all done manually. I'm drawing on these charts. I'm studying these charts. The name of the game in going into the future, guys, is automation, is AI. And so we have to leverage the resources that we have available to us at our disposal and utilize those to help us make money. And that's my goal going forward in the future for this channel. Anyways, enough rambling. I hope that helps. One more thing I want to show you guys is don't forget to create your alerts. All right, so you're going to right click and add an alert, and don't forget, and we'll call this ST pivot. All right, so you can just set it to alert you whenever the pivot point super trends gives you a buy signal, or the opposite of that would be the sell signal if you're selling short. And you can click your notifications tab here and get notified on your app. Okay, so if you have the app on your phone, you get that push notification. You can show a pop-up if you're in the browser or you have the app on your desktop. You can have it send you an email. Now, I'm terrible with email, so I've unchecked that. Webhook URL is for third-party services that utilize automation. We'll get to that in the future. I will work on that, I promise. You can have it play a sound. If I'm not paying attention to my screen or my automation, if I hear the sound, if I'm upstairs getting coffee and I hear that sound, I know I've got an alert. All right, and you can send that email to SMS, so you do get a text message as well. There are many ways to have TradingView alert you. Take advantage of this, guys. All right, that is my purview of the Pivot Point Supertrend strategy. Hope you enjoyed this. You guys back test this on whatever you trade on, and let me know in the comments how successful it looks to be for you as well. All right, peace y'all until the next video.